Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This end of day report is for trading on Thursday, January the 5th, 2017. You're looking at a chart of Bitcoin. This is the ETF that tracks Bitcoin. And I wanted to show you this because this type of price action is very interesting. Technically speaking, you don't necessarily have any price destruction on the chart, but it is telling. You can see here where the market gapped up on the open, and basically from here we got 142, and here we got 140. Yeah, so this gap here on this daily bar was filled. This bar actually filled the gap from here. So then on today, you can see where we gap down. All right, so now a gap has been created here. But the market stopped short of taking out support. Didn't even come that far down to the trend line at the 118.02. Then long-term trend line is at 107.43. So you have quite enough room here for this market to ebb and flow a little bit. So the trend is still bullish, it's still up, it's just wild volatile. And for it to collapse from the high like this, generally speaking, this right here, I don't have the Bitcoin chart up like this, so, but if I did, this technically right here would be like a bearish engulfing candle here. All right, this would be super parabolic candle, and that would signal a top. Okay, but because we're using this schematic, I was trying to pull it up on the system output, but it's just not working, so I'll still work on that. But for now, I use this chart, and this is enough where you can see what's going on and get an idea. So this gap here is an issue. Let's see, 140.5 and 138.50. Yeah, so you still gotta deal with this. It's not that much of a big deal, but still it has to be dealt with. So at some point, you need to come back up, back and fill. And what could end up happening is we could consolidate a little bit, or you can even continue lower. But at some point, you come back and you do a second top here to back and fill this, but that's as far as it goes. Then the downward slope continues. So just going by just strictly chart pattern stuff. This is not, algorithmic measurements at all. Just talking about chart stuff. This would signal a reversal. I'm just saying, this would signal a top. This will confirm a top. Short-term top is in at this level here. So we'll see what happens going forward. Anything can happen. Like I said, this first week of trading is a short week. It's the first trading week of the new year. So you have to allow markets to ebb and flow and do what they do and try to get their footing and decide what it is that they want to do and going to do. And then next week sets the course and sets the trends. All right, so just wanted to point that out here on the Bitcoin thing. And that is some massive profit taking too, by the way. Massive profit taking. Because it dropped, Bitcoin dropped below, back below 1,000. And it needs to close above that psychological $1,000 level if a parabolic super bull run is going to take place. If not, then she tops out here and goes bearish and drops back all the way down. All right, and that would be problematic to bulls because then we're talking about a bear pattern. And right now it is in danger of coming to this 107. It's in danger of coming back here. This right here is really parabolic. So prices like to revert back to the mean. So between 118 and 107 on the GBTC ETF that tracks the Bitcoin, that's where you're going. All right, moving along. Let's take a look at what happened in the Dow. All right, looking at the Dow futures, same thing, daily chart. No price destruction at all. Market's just hanging out. But it's turned on its head a little bit here. It's now turned into a negative pulse wave scenario. It's elongated. You got a ramp here that you're dealing with, but prices are in jeopardy of falling down to back to the 19,245. So prices could correct lower before heading back higher based on this current chart pattern. Again, not looking at algorithms, not looking at anything within the market depth. I'm just looking at purely chart right now. Um, I'll save that for the morning's pre-market videos as the algos run overnight and blah, blah, blah. All right, taking a look at crude oil now. Crude oil, same scenario developing like the Dow. All right, topping pattern. Market still in a bullish overtone. Got a ramp coming up here. The prices are in jeopardy of falling back down to the mean toward $50.40. Got to watch that with a very, very close eye. Looking at gold now. All right, gold is making a run toward back to the mean here, back to this trend line resistance. So we're still not done with the run yet. I think he wants to make a real good effort to get back up toward and test 1200. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to do it. It's going to poke its head above this trend line before it's all said and done. Move could be over as soon as tomorrow. It's going to happen, or it could spill over into next week. So we'll keep a keen eye on it. But already you have a good lift off from the lows here, from this bottom that was building. So it looks really nice going forward. But we are concerned with the resistance trend line right there. Looking at silver. Same scenario, okay. Market wants to come up here and test this $17 resistance, poke its head up, get into the Kumo cloud. I believe that's what's going to happen here. Will it head lower after the fact? Hard to say. We'll have to watch and see. Like I said, this week is very telling. How the markets close tomorrow will tell the full story of what you can expect this January to look like. All right, let's go to Pretty Ricky. Let's look at Pretty Ricky. All right, Pretty Ricky. Look at that liftoff. This is the chart I'm talking about. This is how gold, and silver are setting up and positioning themselves to make a run at it just like this. Once again, you have the junior gold miners leading the way, leading the metals. All right, leading everything. All right, it's already poked its head into the Kumo cloud. It's already gotten above its trend line resistance. This is the scenario I'm looking for the gold and for the silver and for this entire precious metal space. So Pretty Ricky is a good outlier for what I'm talking about. This is what I was pointing out. This is what I was trying to explain in the charts. Looking at AG, similar fashion. It's getting well up into that Kumo cloud, getting well up into that $10-$50 resistance range. Still has a little bit more to go before it gets there, but that's where we are. Taking a look at GDX. All right, same thing. Nice lift off into the Kumo cloud. Here's your GDXJ. Once again, nice lift off. Just now getting into the Kumo cloud. I think it wants to head up toward that $40, $38 to $40 mark. So looking really nice there. All right, looking at JNUG. It's just beginning its ascent into the Kumo cloud, trying to burst through the bottom of that cloud. And this one has a lot more room. You're looking at going up north of 15 bucks here. Okay, so this is great. This is where you want to see it run. You want to see it push through though. It needs a push. Let's look at Nugget. All right, Nugget, same thing as the JNUG, trying to push into that that Kumo cloud, and this one wants to head north up around the $15 mark. So this has at least another $5 in it to go. If we can really get that, it just needs to get that push to get to that $15 mark. There's something else. Let me see. No, that's not it. Let me look on my thing here. Hold on. Because people keep asking me about it, and I haven't the foggiest idea. Let's see if I can find it. I'm really tired, so I can't think that straight right now. Where's the ticker? I have to do a separate video on it. Lord willing, tomorrow I'll knock it out. But everyone's asked me about uranium, so I'll cover uranium on its own. I'll just do a separate video on the uranium and tell you what's what, because I can't find the ticker right now. And so be it. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Just wanted to show you how the markets did today. They're moving according to plan. The rally alerts and crash alerts that I give out at the beginning of the week and follow up with daily are playing out to the max. So big hand out for the pulse waves. Go pulse waves, go. Pulse waves have been rocking this week. And we're just loving this move in the precious metals space, and it's just beautiful. And the pulse waves have been rocking and everything, and equities and stock indexes, everything. You name it, pulse waves are rocking it. If you're not at pulsewave.com, subscribing to the premium trading room, then you're not catching these moves. It's just that simple. You're going to be reactive and playing a lot of defense instead of offense. You don't want to be like that. You want to be in the know and ahead of the curve. Look at this dollar. See, this is the price destruction mechanism I was talking about when I showed you the earlier chart with the Bitcoin. And but except for the difference was the price action was further above the trend line. But this is what it looks like. This is what I was trying to explain with words, but the picture is worth 1,000 words. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the Bitcoin is in jeopardy of doing next, just like this, how it falls below the trend lines and then tests the major trend line here. All right, so the dollar is in jeopardy of dropping below par. All right, if it drops below this trend line, it's gonna drop below par and get into the Kumo cloud. All right, and it's hard getting out of that cloud. So this could be, well, it is now. We're looking at the top. All right, charts are hindsight. That's what they do. So we had a top at the 103.81.5, and now here we are at 101.63. So you already you have a 200 pip pullback, which is insane. 2 cents. This market has moved. That's amazing. That is amazing. All right. Could you be seeing a test of the trend line like you did back here? Could this be that? Possibly, but not necessarily, because it was followed by 2 big bearish candles. This happened in sideways action. Of course, prior to the sideways action, you had this drop off, a gradual drop off, but this one is a straight down drop off. This move is more akin to what happened from this bar here and came down. So you could see something like that. Of course, this right here is back during the what was that? The election. and Brexit and all that. So yeah, this is November the 9th. This is November the 9th. This is the election right here. All right, so this really don't count, but you can see the idea of testing and support. So if the trends are going to continue to be strong, then they'll test the support too, and then keep on rallying from here, which is probably what Bitcoin is going to do also. So as goes the dollar, as goes Bitcoin. It's like I told you guys. I don't know when people are going to get it through their heads that the two are the same. The Bitcoin technology is the new money of the future. That's what they're going to use as the control grid to control you and control your movement and your spending and shopping and living. All right, so these, just when you thought that the Bitcoin is going to decouple from the dollar, they show you that they're running away together. All right, that's what married people do. They sneak away together. Here you go. Okay, here's your dollar chart. I showed you the Bitcoin chart. There's no difference. All right. So with that said, remember, come on over to pulsewavetrading.com. Do yourself a favor. Change your life for the better. Provide for you and your loved ones. Come to pulsewavetrading.com and join the many others from around the world, traders from around the world, who are enjoying the benefits of the weekly Pulse Wave price triggers and the Learning Academy. And we have another live webinar scheduled for next week, and you don't want to miss it. So if you register now, get signed up, subscribe, you'll be right there for it. All right, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Be encouraged. I'll still work on that. But for now, I use this chart, and this is enough where you can see what's going on and get an idea. So this gap here is an issue. Let's see. 140.5 and 138.50. Yeah, so you still gotta deal with this. It's not that much of a big deal, but it has to be dealt with. So at some point, you need to come back and fill. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This end-of-day report is for trading on Thursday, January the 5th, 2017. You're looking at a chart of Bitcoin. This is the ETF that tracks Bitcoin. And I wanted to show you this because this type of price action is very interesting. Technically speaking, you don't necessarily have any price destruction on the chart from the high like this. Generally speaking, this right here, I don't have the Bitcoin chart up like this, so, but if I did, this technically right here would be like a bearish engulfing candle here. All right, this would be super parabolic candle, and that would signal a top. Okay, but because we're using this schematic, I was trying to pull it up on the system output, but it's just not working. So, but it is telling. You can see here where the market gapped up on the open, and basically from here we got 142, and here we got 140. Yeah, so this gap here on this daily bar was filled. This bar actually filled the gap from here. So then on today, you can see where we gap down. All right, so now a gap has been created here, but the market stopped short of taking out support. Didn't even come that far down to the trend line at the 118.02. Then long-term trend line is at 107.43. So you have quite enough room here for this market to ebb and flow a little bit. So the trend is still bullish, it's still up, it's just wild volatile. And for it to collapse